You work out. You stay active. You eat well. But somehow, your muscles keep fading. You're doing everything right, yet your strength keeps slipping through your fingers. Here's the truth no one tells seniors. Muscle loss isn't just from doing nothing. It's from doing the wrong things. Walking? Not enough. Weights? Not always the answer. Even stretching can backfire if your body's already compensating. And meanwhile, you're doing your best. But you still feel slower. Weaker. Like your body doesn't respond the way it used to. That's not your fault. But it is fixable. If you or someone you love is fighting hard but still losing strength anyway, tap like so this message reaches the people who need it. And subscribe for weekly advice that's actually built for aging bodies. Because this time, we're doing it smarter. Welcome to Better Aging Advice, where we help older adults stay strong, mobile, and confident every single week. If you've been trying to stay active, but still feel like you're losing strength, not alone. You go on walks. You tend your garden. You might even hit the gym now and then. You're doing your part. But your arms still feel softer than they used to. Your legs feel shaky, like the ground has somehow changed under your feet. And maybe, after you sit down, getting back up takes just a little more effort than it used to. So you ask yourself, what am I doing wrong? Here's the thing, it's a question more people should be asking. Because the truth is, many common exercises, routines, and even good intentions can work against you after a certain age. Your body isn't failing you. You've just been following advice that's missing one critical piece. It's not about pushing harder, or doing more reps, or walking an extra mile. It's about unlocking one tiny, overlooked muscle that quietly controls how stable, strong, and safe you feel. Most people have never even heard of it. But it plays a major role in 90% of senior falls. And worse, it's often the first muscle your body stops using when you age. That's why your workouts might be leaving you tired, but not necessarily stronger. That's why your balance doesn't improve, even if your heart rate goes up. And that's why today's video is so important. Because once you understand what this hidden muscle is, and how to activate it in just 2 minutes a day, everything changes. You'll feel more in control. More solid on your feet. More like yourself again. Stick around, because what you're about to learn might just flip everything you thought you knew about aging muscles. Lenora is 68. She spent most of her life teaching dance, ballet, jazz, even a little ballroom in her younger years. Even now, she moves with that dancer's grace. She walks every day. Does her stretches every morning like clockwork. Twice a week, she follows a light strength routine with small weights. She's not trying to win awards. She just wants to stay mobile, independent, and proud of her body. So when she went in for her annual checkup, she expected the usual pat on the back. Keep it up, Lenora. But instead, her doctor frowned, pulled up her results, and said something that made her heart sink. Lenora, you've lost 8 pounds of lean muscle since last year. She blinked. Wait. What? That can't be right. Her mind raced. She was exercising. She was eating healthy. She had done everything the experts recommend. How is that possible? She asked, her voice small. I've been trying so hard. The room fell quiet. What was supposed to be a routine visit suddenly turned into something frightening. Because losing that much muscle at her age? It's not just about numbers on a chart. It's about independence. About walking confidently without worrying you might fall. About picking up a bag of groceries without straining your back. About getting up from the couch without that little pause to brace yourself. In that moment, Lenora didn't just feel confused. She felt scared. Scared that all her effort was being wasted. Scared that aging was taking over, faster than she realized. But what she didn't know yet was this: her routine was missing one crucial piece. And the muscle she'd been ignoring, without even realizing it, was quietly weakening in the background. Stealing her strength. Day by day. Until that checkup finally exposed the truth. So what really caused Lenora's muscle loss? It's something called sarcopenia, the natural muscle loss that happens with age. But here's the twist: it's not just age. It's how we move as we age. Most older adults stay active, and that's great. They walk. They garden. They ride bikes. They do water aerobics or use light resistance bands. All of those are healthy. But they're missing one key ingredient: intensity. You see, your muscles are made up of different fibers. The ones we lose the fastest? They're called type 2 muscle fibers or fast twitch fibers. These are the fibers that help you catch yourself when you trip, rise quickly from a chair, step confidently onto a curb, react and stabilize when your balance is off. They're your quick response muscles, and if you don't challenge them, they shrink. Even if you walk every day. Even if you move your body. Even if you're trying your best. Because here's what no one tells you: not all movement builds muscle. Think of your muscles like a light switch with a dimmer. Your daily walk? That keeps the light from going out. But it doesn't make it brighter. It doesn't rebuild what's already fading. To do that, you need to flip the intensity switch. You don't need to go to the gym. You don't need to lift heavy weights. You don't even need to break a sweat. But you do need to wake up those fast twitch fibers before they disappear completely. Because once they're gone, so is your ability to move quickly, catch yourself, and stay independent. Let's back this up with research, because what's happening inside your muscles isn't just theory. It's been studied, measured, proven. According to the Journal of Cachexia, Sarcopenia, and Muscle, adults over 60 lose muscle at a rate of 3 to 8% per decade. And for inactive individuals, that rate can be even higher. But here's what might surprise you. Even active seniors, people who walk, stretch, and stay mobile, still lose muscle. Why? Because they're not activating their type 2 muscle fibers. And this isn't a small loss. It's the fastest decline of any muscle type. And when type 2 fibers go, so does your ability to move quickly, stabilize, and recover from stumbles. Now here's the exciting part. Studies published in Clinical Trials in Aging have shown that just 2 to 3 sessions per week of targeted resistance training can reverse sarcopenia in adults over 65. Not slow it. Reverse it. But here's the key. It's not about spending hours at the gym. It's not about lifting heavy. It's about 3 things. 1. Form, doing it safely and correctly. 2. Intensity, challenging the muscle enough to activate those fast twitch fibers. 3. Specificity, targeting the exact muscles that are disappearing the fastest. It's not duration that matters, it's precision. In fact, many researchers now argue that short, focused movements can have greater impact for older adults than long workouts that miss the mark. So if you've ever felt like you're doing everything right but still getting weaker, this might explain why. And better yet, it shows that you don't need to work harder. You just need to work smarter. Here's where so many older adults get misled, often by well-meaning advice. Take it easy. Don't push too hard. Stick to low impact. You've probably heard it before from doctors, trainers, even family. And while safety matters, this constant message to avoid effort has created a dangerous mindset. That strain is bad. That challenge is risky. That strength is optional. So what happens? You do gentle movements. You stretch. You walk the same path every day. And yes, that keeps you moving. But it doesn't make you stronger. Over time, that safe approach becomes a slow decline. Your muscles stop getting challenged. Your fast twitch fibers go dormant. And your body starts to deteriorate quietly, even though you're doing everything right. You feel steady 1 year. And suddenly wobbly the next. You could carry groceries with one arm last fall. And now both arms feel weak. It doesn't feel like a fall. It feels like a fade. This is the hidden cost of chasing safe over strong. And it's not your fault, you were trying to protect your body. But the truth is, your body doesn't need protection. It needs activation. It needs the right kind of challenge to stay alive, alert, and responsive. You don't need to do risky workouts. You don't need to overdo it. But you do need to stop treating your strength like something dangerous. Because strength is what saves you when you trip, when you slip, when life moves fast. And the good news is you can start rebuilding that strength safely with just a 2-minute routine. Coming up next, the fix. Simple, targeted, and proven to wake up the exact muscles you've been losing starting today. Step 1. Time under tension leg lifts. Let's start with something incredibly simple but surprisingly powerful. Time under tension standing leg lifts. It doesn't look like much. But that's the secret. The slower you go, the more powerful this becomes. Here's how to do it. Stand tall, holding the back of a chair or countertop for balance. Keep your core gently engaged and shoulders relaxed. Now, slowly lift one leg out to the side, 5 full seconds up. Pause briefly at the top, even if you only lift a little. Then lower it down just as slowly, 5 full seconds down. No dropping. No rushing. That's 1 rep. Do 10 reps per leg. Feel that shaking in your hip? That's not weakness. That's activation. That's those forgotten fast twitch fibers waking up realizing they've got work to do again. And that's exactly what we want. This movement targets 2 of the most critical and most overlooked muscles for seniors: your hip flexors, which control how well you lift your leg when walking, stepping up, or catching yourself; your glute medius, a small stabilizer muscle on the side of your hip that's essential for balance and posture. When these muscles weaken, a chain reaction begins. Your gait shortens. Your steps become less stable. You start favoring one side. And eventually, you feel like you're slowing down. But here's the thing, it's not age. It's not inevitable. It's these small support muscles quietly shutting down due to lack of challenge. And time under tension leg lifts do the opposite. They reactivate those muscles. They teach your brain to connect again with movement that matters. They remind your body that strength isn't something you lose. It's something you reclaim. Even better? This isn't high impact. There's no equipment. And it takes just a few minutes. But the key is the tempo. Most people rush through leg lifts. They swing the leg up and down, using momentum. That's just movement, not muscle building. But when you slow it down, 5 seconds up, 5 seconds down, you're creating tension. And tension builds strength. This is your first step to flipping that muscle light switch back on. And you can do it right now, in your kitchen, your bedroom, wherever you have space. You might feel shaky. That's okay. It means you're hitting the right spots. Do this 3 times a week, and you'll be surprised how quickly your legs start feeling more alive. Coming up next, we'll target a second area that quietly controls your balance and often weakens without a single symptom. Until it's too late. Step 2, sit to stand explosions. Now that your hips are activated, it's time to turn up the power. This second movement is called sit to stand explosions, and it's exactly what it sounds like. It trains the one skill most older adults think they've already mastered. Until one day, it fails them. Standing up. Sounds basic, right? But here's the twist: standing slowly doesn't train the muscles that protect you in emergencies. Like when you slip. When you need to react fast. Or when your leg has to catch you mid-step. That's where type 2 muscle fibers come in, your fast response muscles. And this movement helps bring them back online. Here's how to do it. Sit tall in a firm, stable chair. Feet flat on the ground, shoulder width apart. Engage your core. Now stand up with intention. With force. Not sloppy or rushed. But powerfully. Drive through your heels and push your body upward like you're trying to break free from gravity. Once standing, pause. Feel the strength in your legs. Don't wobble or slump. This pause resets your control. Then, lower yourself slowly back into the chair. Nice and smooth. No plopping. That descent is just as important as the rise. Do 8 reps total. You'll feel your thighs, glutes, and even your core working together. And more importantly, you're retraining your body's ability to respond quickly and forcefully. Now, why does that matter? Because falls don't wait. Trips don't announce themselves. Losing balance happens in seconds, and you either have the muscle power to react, or you don't. Sit to stand explosions help bring back that lost reaction time. They rebuild the muscle pathways that keep you upright and confident. And unlike traditional chair stands or squats, this version trains your body to move with intent. To generate force, not just go through the motions. It's that little burst of energy, the exact type of movement that fades with age if we don't train it. And here's the magic, you only need to do it 2 to 3 times a week. That's it. You're not trying to bulk up. You're trying to wake up the muscle memory your body still remembers. Even if it's been quiet for a while. This isn't about lifting weights. It's about lifting yourself, with control, strength, and purpose. Start with 8 good quality reps. Take a short break. And if you're feeling strong, add a second set. Because the ability to rise from a chair today is the ability to live independently tomorrow. Next up, a small, often forgotten muscle group that quietly controls your ability to stay upright when the world shifts beneath you. Step 3. Resistance holds. Now it's time to still your body and shock your muscles awake. Because the next secret to rebuilding strength isn't speed or reps. It's resistance holds. These are slow, static challenges that force your muscles to hold firm under pressure, without moving an inch. You're not lifting. You're not pulsing. You're simply holding. And breathing. And getting stronger. This is where you wake up dormant muscle fibers that haven't been used in years and might be the very ones you need to stop your next fall. Here's how to do it. Grab a pair of light weights, ankle weights, small dumbbells, or even soup cans. You're going to lift and hold. That's it. But don't let the simplicity fool you, this is real work. Let's start with the upper body. Hold your arms straight out in front of you. Palms down. Soft bend in the elbows. Now hold for 10 seconds. Breathe through it. Feel your shoulders tighten. Your back engage. Your core pull in. Now lower slowly. Rest for a moment. Repeat 3 to 5 times. This isn't about burning calories. It's about reawakening postural stability. The kind that keeps you upright when you stumble, or need to reach forward without falling. Now the lower body, with ankle weights, or no weight to start, sit tall in a chair and lift one leg straight out in front of you. Hold for 10 seconds. Lower slowly. Switch legs. Repeat 3 to 5 times each side. This targets your quads, hip flexors, and core, all essential for walking, stepping, and staying balanced on uneven ground. Here's the twist. Because you're not moving, your brain can't check out. It's fully engaged. Sending signals. Strengthening the mind-muscle connection keeps you stable when the unexpected happens. This is the kind of training most workouts ignore, but it's crucial for aging well. And it doesn't require a gym. No machines. No complicated routines. Just your body. A little resistance. And a whole lot of precision. What makes resistance hold so powerful is the way they build neuromuscular resilience. They train your body to resist force, not just create it. And when you can resist gravity, you can resist falls. You can resist injury. You can resist the slow slide into weakness that so many accept as just aging. This is how you build quiet strength, the kind that doesn't show off, but shows up when life gets rough. Do these a few times a week, and you'll start noticing, standing feels easier. Your posture improves. You feel more grounded. And your confidence? That starts rising too. 3 weeks. That's all it took for Lenora to start noticing changes, small at first, then impossible to ignore. Her legs didn't tremble as much standing up. She stopped grabbing the walls when turning corners. And the front steps? They no longer felt like a mountain. At her next doctor visit, he looked at her chart and said, "Greater than, you've gained 3 pounds of muscle, and your balance improved by 40%. 3 pounds might not sound like much. But at 68, that's like turning back the clock." The biggest shift, though, wasn't physical. It was emotional. Lenora started dancing again, not in a studio, but in the kitchen. While waiting for tea. While flipping pancakes. While laughing. That spark returned. The bounce in her step. The joy in her face. Her son noticed first. He said, "Greater than mom doesn't just move better, she feels different." Because this isn't just about strength. It's about confidence. About waking up parts of yourself that felt like they were fading. Lenora's story proves it. You're never too old to get stronger. Never too late to feel like yourself again. You just need to move with intention and stop playing it safe when what you really need is power. This isn't about looking good in a mirror. It's about getting off the floor if you fall. It's about stepping off a curb without fear. Reaching the top shelf without hesitation. Carrying groceries without needing help. It's about keeping your independence and with it, your dignity. Because strength isn't just physical. It's deeply emotional. It's the difference between feeling capable and feeling like a burden. Have you ever felt that shift? Weaker, even though you were staying active? Doing all the right things, yet something still felt off? What did that loss take from you? Was it confidence? Energy? Freedom? That moment, where you stop trusting your body, can change how you live your life. It can shrink your world without you even realizing it. But here's the truth, your muscles aren't gone. They're not broken. They're asleep. And it is not too late to wake them up. This isn't about pushing yourself to pain. It's about activating what aging has quietly turned off. It's about rebuilding strength without fear, without machines, without excuses. You're not fragile. You've just been given the wrong instructions for too long. Now it's time for the truth. If you've felt this struggle, share your story below. You might help someone take action before it's too late. And if you're ready for real tools, not just soft advice, subscribe to this channel. We share weekly guidance that actually works. Tap like to spread this message and help more older adults reclaim their strength with truth, not fear. Because decline isn't a guarantee. But progress? That starts with one right move.